Hello everybody, it's Brandon again. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Linux support on FydeOS. Now, this is a video I originally was going to do several days ago, but I got sick earlier this week, and I just wasn't feeling up to recording any videos. I'm finally feeling a little better today. So, today we booted up the FydeOS. This is FydeOS 14.1, and let's just take a look at it. First thing I did was I enabled the Linux support. If you've seen my Chrome OS Flex videos, you do this pretty much the exact same way. You go into Settings, Developers on the side, and then there'll be Linux Environment, and you'll just have to turn that on, which I've already done before the video, by the way. So with Linux enabled, we now have our prompt. We have our Linux prompt icon, and so we can go ahead and test it out. Let's just do a sudo update. Sudo apt update. Gosh, maybe I am still tired. It's okay though. "73 packages can be upgraded." Man, I should have done that before I recorded. Sudo apt upgrade. And I'll tell you what I'm doing once it starts. This is something you can think of for when you if you're enabling Linux on your Chrome OS Flex or FydeOS, or if you're just installing an actual Linux distribution. The first thing I always do, if it's Debian based, is I go into the terminal and do sudo update and then sudo upgrade, just so you have all the latest packages on your system. And as you see, this is going to take several minutes. So I should have done this before the video. But that's okay, because there's some other things about FydeOS we can go ahead and talk about. Now, on Chrome OS Flex, the Linux support is pretty important because you don't have Android applications. That's not the case here on FydeOS. You can see I got the Play Store, and we would go over several Linux or Android apps in my previous video, which you can take a look at. But for a lot of users, the Android support is going to make it so you don't even need Linux apps, because I mean, there's got to be several million apps on Android, maybe a billion, I don't know. And we tried several of them the other day, and they all worked fine. Like VLC is one of the things that you'd really want Linux for, but you got it right here in Android. You can actually install Minecraft on Android, which is really cool. I had a remote desktop, the Android remote desktop client, which I installed on here, which we tested, and it worked flawlessly. So with all the stuff available on Android, most people may not even need Linux on this thing. But if you're trying to do productivity stuff, it might be the other way around. So if you're one of the people that's trying to look to actually replace Windows as your main environment, there's some things that you're going to find on Linux that there's just not a suitable alternative for an Android. One of those being LibreOffice. Even though I personally have kind of switched to like the Google Docs for my office stuff, which works on anything. For a lot of things, LibreOffice is pretty good. And for development tools, Linux is pretty good also. I use Linux on my main computer quite a bit. So we're almost done with our update of Linux here, which I, again, should have done before the video. But that's how I roll. If you guys watch the channel for a while, you know there's a lot of things I should have done before the video. Prepared, tested. Alright, so let's close our Play Store. And let's try one of the first things I always try on Chrome OS Linux. Sudo apt install. Gosh, I can't type today. Inkscape. I always try Inkscape because I like Inkscape and I use it for work. And this one's going to take a while too. If you might not have noticed, it went by pretty quick, but there's about 300 megabytes worth of stuff I got to download and then install. It seems like it's downloading pretty quick though. One thing to note, this goes for both Chrome OS Flex and FydeOS. When you're first installing it, it asks you how much space you want to allocate towards it. I did the default here, which is 10 gigabytes. For a lot of people, that's probably fine. But if you're planning on installing a ton of Linux applications, you might want to go higher than 10 gigs. Especially depending on the kind of laptop you put it on. For instance, this particular laptop, I have 844 gigs of space available. I could have went up quite a bit. So I'm definitely not going to install 800 gigs worth of web apps. That ain't happening. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what kind of sickness I got this week, but it wasn't fun. Hasn't been fun. I'll tell you that. So, while we wait, you could take an opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Why not, right? We normally talk about Chrome OS Flex on here. Over the last couple weeks, I've been doing FydeOS videos. I think I'm getting close to the end of my FydeOS trial here. I'm going to finish it off with a video comparing the pros and cons of Chrome OS Flex versus FydeOS, because some people have asked for that, and I do have ideas on it. I'm not going to trash either one of them. I think they're both good, so there's a spoiler alert. So here's our Inkscape install. This will probably be the slowest of the installs we try here. 97%, 98, 99. Let's go. Now, a lot of people on Chrome OS Flex couldn't even get the Linux environment to work. So it's worth trying FydeOS. I don't know if it would work better for you, because it worked on this laptop on Flex for me too. Okay, so here's Inkscape. It actually came up nice and quick there, so that's good. Now, one of the problems I had initially had on Chrome OS Flex, which they fixed in an update, was on Linux applications, the menu drop downs are messed up, but that seems to be fine here on Fyde. Let's give it a test. Okay, so there's Inkscape. It works good. Now, I said I showed you we have Android VLC, and so you might not need the Linux version of VLC on this thing, but if you wanted it, we can do sudo apt install VLC. And let that thing go, see how it works. I'm guessing it'll work fine. And really, for being a unofficial, non-Google supported operating system here, FydeOS is it works pretty good. I did my initial review of it a couple months ago, and I didn't like it at first. But the Android stuff just worked like that, and it could pretty much impress me. Not that I'm going to be using Android apps on a laptop, but a lot of people might want to, and there's a lot of Android games you can install on this thing. And you know, so far the Linux has been pretty easy to set up, and everything else is just pretty much standard to Chrome OS Flex. The one complaint I get in the comments about FydeOS is apparently in order to get major updates, you have to pay $1 to do an automatic update. I haven't researched that myself. I don't know if it's true, but enough people have said it that I assume it is true. I mean, not that I don't like supporting developers. I am a developer, but I don't know. To put in all my payment information to pay $1 for an update, I don't know if I'd do that. I'd probably just reinstall my system, to be honest. But they gotta make money somehow. Here's VLC. It seems to work. And yeah, my menus work here good on it. Let's see if I can open a video with that version of VLC. I have all the YouTube videos I've been recording for the channel on here somewhere. And let's right click on that. I don't have an open with. Oh, it's way up at the top. This is a problem on Chrome OS Flex too. The context menus are bound within their own window, so they get cut off quite a bit. Okay, I can open it with Gallery, the Android VLC, or the Linux VLC. So I got options. I got VLC options all over the place. Let me close that.
Chrome OS Flex device here.
Okay. So you got VLC Player. That works. What else should I test? Can I install... We did Firefox on a video. Sudo apt install Firefox. Okay, Firefox. Oh, what did I have to do on my other video to install Firefox? Okay. Firefox Debian. I can't even type. Debian install. I'm sorry, guys. I can't even talk. Or type. Or talk. I guess I'm still not over whatever's ailing me. Okay. Come on. Sudo apt install. Oh, they want me to install it using Snap? I don't want to install Snap. This Firefox ESR looks familiar. Sudo apt install Firefox ESR. Okay, let's just let that go. What's ESR stand for? Now, just so you guys know, the Linux that is going to come with either Chrome OS Flex or FydeOS is Debian. So if you want to know how to do something, you just Google how to install whatever in Debian. I don't know. I was going to search for what Firefox ESR meant. It's taking too long. I'm not going to care about it too much. If you guys know what it means, you can just say in the comments. Let's test it out. Now this one's taking a while to start up, but alas, it did start up. And yeah, it seems to be working. Let's see if I can go to, let's see. Alright, we're browsing. Everything seems fine. So here we go. We got on FydeOS, Linux up and running quite easily. We installed VLC Player, we installed Inkscape, we installed even Firefox. It all worked. And on top of that, you have the full range of Android apps in the Play Store. So I think we've just proven that there's a lot of capabilities here on FydeOS. If there's anything particular you want me to test on it, let me know fairly soon. Because I'm not going to spend forever testing FydeOS. We got other stuff to look at. But in the meantime, I hope you liked the video. You can like it if you did. Subscribe, let me know what you thought. And until next time, thank you for watching. Bye now.